Hi, my name is Melanie Lorek, and I'm the author of the paper It Didn't Affect Me, the Relevance of the German Reunification in Autobiographical Narratives of East Germans, published in Symbolic Interaction. In this paper, I explore how different generational cohorts assign meaning to personally experienced historical events through their autobiographical narratives. I ask, how have different age groups perceived the impact of the social transformations related to the German reunification? How are these perceptions integrated into the individual's overall life stories? And how can the autobiographical accounts of East Germans broaden our sociological understandings of the relationship between historical events and autobiographical and collective memory? I argue that what we now come to think of as the German reunification or the fall of the Berlin Wall are in fact what Wagner Pacifici called social processes becoming historical events. It is by paying attention to autobiographical memory that we can learn about the fluidity of events as well as their social construction as historical events. My findings show that historical events shaped and communicated as collective memory, introduced by the autobiographical narrator, are selected from what I call the historical toolkit that provides individuals with narrative resources from which narrative identity can be formulated. In this respect, the historical toolkit presents a repertoire of events shaped by the collective memory from which individuals make strategic decisions as to which events become part of their autobiographical narratives and thus narrative identities. Through an analysis of autobiographical memories of former East Germans of two generational cohorts, I examine the ways in which historical events are strategically placed by different generations within the context of autobiographical memory. I find that while the events and processes associated with the German reunification caused significant changes for East Germany's institutional, cultural, and economic spheres, such changes often do not seem directly reflected in the autobiographical stories of the East Germans I interviewed. Instead, these historical and thus external events of change become embedded and at times subsumed in narratives of social normativity and continuity.